In this, the third of the technical Flying 15 series, we'll be looking at rounding the top mark, hoisting the spinnaker and going on a reach.
Now we have Simon talking about his reaching technique, starting with the hoist.
Get ready to ease and we're going to bear away any second. Important to dump the kicker before we get there. And we're going to bear off now and go for the hoist. Pull the pole round. Bingo, and off we go. So close reach, don't oversheet the kite. What we're trying to do is make sure that pole is off the forestay. That's not good news if the pole's resting against the forestay, so we're trimming it. You might need both of you involved in making that happen. Right, now we're up and running, bit of breeze coming. As the wind comes, we'll probably slide back in the boat, dump the main, keep the boat going. The crucial thing downwind are the twinners, obviously. The twinning lines enable you to cleat the pole off this side, so that's down really tight. Just need to be uncleated to leeward. It's a problem if that's pulling the spinnaker down on that side. So length is crucial. Don't want them too long. These are on the edge, but just right, I think. As the wind comes, we slide back in the boat, dump the main, keep the boat going. Here we go. Kicker off. Don't want to get overpowered. Pole height is quite critical. I would perhaps say we're very smidge low here with pole height. I'm going to try and get that up a bit. There we go. Pole slightly higher. Fly a bit easier. Wind's dropped. Kicker's going back on. Gust coming. As we pick up pace, we'll slide back in the boat probably if it happens. Here we go, keep the boat flat as we can. Very puffy. Constant trim of the spinnaker. Steering to help when we can. Right, we want to weight forward in the boat, especially when we're subplaning, we're sitting forward. So crew up nearer the shroud, sitting quite close together, boat's balanced. As the wind picks up, we're sliding back, get the flat bit of the boat in the water to help planing. We're not quite there in these conditions. I weight forward again. Very, very patchy. Gone very light again. Trying to keep the boat flat at all times. Constant adjustment of that spinnaker sheet. Small and smooth movements. Here it comes, weight back. Back you come, Kate. Lovely. As soon as we're planing, weight back.
In contrast, you now have me and DT trying to handle the boat in 25 to 30 knots. This is a good example of a lovely windy bearaway. It's all about the preparation. The kicker's off, the Cunningham's still on for what's going to be a windy reach, and the boat's lovely and flat, in fact leaning windward slightly. Then we go into what I call a safe hoist. That means setting the pole first. In this example, the twists that happened in the spinnaker would have been a bit more disastrous if we hadn't have already set the pole. Here we go into what I call a nice controlled jibe. The helm takes the sheet and the guy, and the crew helps the boom over and gives the main sheet a flick, which stops it catching on the back of the transom. Once through, the kite is filling. Helm's got control, so there's no rush to get things set properly. The jib is flapping, but that's okay. It's much better to have a flapping jib than one that is oversheeted. So here we've got the boat now going along nicely on a reach. It's well balanced, the kicker's off and the boat is flat. Now here you see what happens when a large gust hits. The boat broaches, the crew must dump the kite. The Cunningham stays well on to depower the mainsail in these strong windy conditions. So in these windy conditions it's so important that the kite is kept cold. If it's oversheeted, it will lead to a broach. Here we now see some nice footage of the boat in control. As you can see, there's lots of kicker eased and the helm and crew are sitting well aft. Here's an example where you've got a bit too much kicker and a gust hits, and sure enough the boat broaches. And now you see it with the kicker well off again, and the gust hits this time, the boat responds much better and in fact just goes quicker and quicker. So here you can see the boat reaching in lighter breeze. We try to use body weight more here to steer the boat and not the rudder. You lean out to make the boat bear away, and lean in to make it luff up. You can see here the gust hits. In that situation we like to let the boat build up speed first before bearing away and then taking the gust low. Some nice kite handling here. You can see the luff of the kite is constantly on the curl. Here's some bad gust handling. You can see the gust hits the boat and it rounds up and I have to use a lot of rudder to correct. That equals drag. And here's some excellent gust handling. The boat stays flat, the rudder stays in the centre of the boat and the boat lifts and flies.